Wright. Could you name John? Okay. Thank you for the translation. It says how to clinic on the medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I had to have. Brr. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people will give their right arm to have only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Wait, it's not? Medical report card required for every visit. Okay, yeah, that's the name. Dentistry. Huh? Date? Okay, there's no date there. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. Really? I can't tell. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why. The family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Yo, Ryunosuke is anti-vax, boys. Watch out. You're about to infect the courtroom. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. And they demand lots of you have privilege. I want to hear your lowest ebb. Oh yeah, this is oh yeah, we definitely from America now, boys. Sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Healthy curiosity. Thank you. Okay, does it matter which one I look for? Probably not. Let's have a look. There's some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. I almost said tropical. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. I heard of this anesthesia. Oh, that's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Yeah, he couldn't have eaten the thing then. The victim underwent dental treatment and was being prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water. With this new information, the meaning of one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely! Yo, guys, look, he's getting so... Does it take me? Uh-huh. Furthermore, visual... He couldn't have been dining, right? It's either this one or the one right before it. Or I should look at the one just ahead of it. Before no one other than the black, I don't know. I think this one. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself, but he couldn't have been dining by himself because there's a beefsteak there. Yes! Eat it, old man! I like it. Well, I think, oh, were you a witting lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I'm not calling myself a lawyer. I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see clearly in the cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hands straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. He always telling you. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Korikuda-san, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement? Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You're not to interrupt the court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But... let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Wrong. But that's, remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies, the statement the court has heard has been clear and concise. This medical report carries no bearing on the matter at all, for the simplest reason that there is no one besides the pale-faced pupil who could have possibly perpetrated this crime. Oh! This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. Oh shit. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written in here. It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Kordakuda-san. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Ooh, but that cannot possibly be the case. Asogi, get the gramophone. That was the boombox. Because the victim, as we now know. Oh my god, there it is. Had just one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of anesthesia. Expertly done, partner. Oh, he put his hand behind his back to pick up his kid. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Bum, 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 bum. These are baseless accusations. You can just look at the photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. You can't follow that logic. How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Oh shit! Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, but most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, yeah, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning the case around. Oh my god, they brought it back. Oh my, dude. Turn the case around. This is the start of turning the trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating this beefsteak at the victim's table must have been the as of yet unknown third party, baby. Obviously, can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Attention!
You will not let this go, will you? There is no such person. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. We have evidence of a half-eaten steak on the table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there is someone else there eating it. Oh. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government? Fuck yeah, boy! Dude, we topple the government, or you know, your disciples, your descendant's disciple does. But your descendant was there too. Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them, those two witnesses on the stand. What? What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if now it turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Oh my god, perjury? We never bring it up in the original, in the actual game. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? Murder? No! No! Sir, hold it. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just so you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they are told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Korikudo-san? No. You were just following orders? No, hold it, lad. I was, say you never saw the gentlewoman. Oh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with the lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? Yo, he's shaking. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order. Counsel, explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. He slapped. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to try it as conspirators to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Achi has any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any idea about who might be behind this? We're gonna firmly try to silence these witnesses, then we could continue our pursuit. Cornered, maybe? I don't know. So we need to name whoever was that tried to make the witness keep their mouth shut. Of course, we need evidence before we make any formal accusations. Evidence that proves whoever was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How could we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Before, we examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a clue as a result. Yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. Can we do it right now? Chief Inspector Satori Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Guys, I think I found it. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satori Hosonaga. Yeah, business cards tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satori Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Jesus, in Japan, do they just like, you know, detective police station? It's just like you gotta put it all there. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea. Let's face it, police have a lot of power and influence. If they, whoa, the game is lagging. If they're wielding it somehow here. The waiter's business card information has been updated. Court record. That's kind of scary. The game lagged. Okay, I'm gonna save because that was kind of spooky. But okay, let's go. I want answers. Is it proven that these witnesses have been manipulated? I assure you, the penalty will be severe. Please, wait. Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, I knew nothing. What does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate this witness is you there, Satori Hosonaga.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satori Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier.
Objection!
Poppycock! A possible reason why the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony. Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. Huh? If he truly were... Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit the core with the truth. The truth about Satori Hosanaga's real identity is proven by this evidence. But
yes!
The plan of the restaurant, sketched by the man in question. Oh my god, I completely lost the place. I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's in the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's what the stellar detail is. Will someone please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. The waiter's profession. But surely, good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reader, Chief Inspector. Oh my god. Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter's a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. I haven't heard any mention of this before. The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular citizens are concerned. So witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you've seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... There he is. Oh my, oh wait, hold on. Is this tell the truth? Oh my god, we vibing. There's gotta be a drop. Come on, there's got to be a drop. Go like bum, 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 bum. That works. Inspector Hosonaga! I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand him over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigation flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So you mean to say you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working on a restaurant waiter as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. This sound must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there has been a series of incidents at the restaurant lately. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? Can't share it? Classified information? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I was led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. Gunshot. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. They were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Oh, fucking power, government. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, that irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason why the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! It's never right, bro. The government just do what it want. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty research laboratory, is a young English woman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. God, this guy's voice is so inconsistent. You mean... When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. And the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yumi University Medical Facility. What? What is happening here? I admit that under the orders from the police bureau, I raised all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we now discovered that the premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But, Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any others to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. That's the judge right there. Yo, judge? Chinese judge had a balls though. He had balls, but like this guy has balls. Nah. Inspector Hasanaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you're going to get the special orders you were given by the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem? Yo, talk about it's a win for us. You know, I hope he doesn't die on the way there. Nothing will get in my way. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution may call the English student, Giselle Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Yeah. Your Excellency! Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Whack. What? To be continued? Yo, that's swag. That's double swaggy, bro. Oh my god, to be continues. I thought they stopped doing those in Spirit of Justice. Because that game only had like two be continues. Alright, well, I guess we gotta keep going. As we wait for this to type out, boys. November 22nd, 11:30 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendant Antechamber number 4.